Welcome back to Western New York Living and the Big Whack Radio Local Business Spotlight segment.
All right, welcome back to Western New York Living. Hey, I know recent weather, you might have got your bike out for a bit, but biking season is really a month or two away. Now, if there's ever a bad time to learn more about your rights, if you're involved in an accident riding your bike, that's a bad time. So that's why we're going to learn about it today, and we're happy to have with us this morning attorney Greg Pajak from Cellino Law. Greg, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
All right, what happens if you're riding a bike and you're in an accident?
Well, the first thing, of course, is to get medical care. And then after that, I think most people really wonder, well, who's going to pay for my medical bills? Who pays for the emergency room and the ambulance ride? And the answer is the car that hit you.
Okay, yeah, because there is no, people aren't really insured on their bicycles. Or can you insure bikes?
No, there's no such thing as bike insurance. But under New York State law, the automobile insurance company for the car that struck you is required to pay your medical care and a portion of your lost wages under what is called no fault from that automobile insurance policy. There are limits on that, but they do have to pay it.
All right. Now, if someone is injured, can they get a settlement for the injuries?
Yeah, that's separate and apart from your medical bills. Those are paid by no fault, but you're still allowed under New York State law to get a settlement for what you've been through, for your pain and suffering, for the horrible experience that you had if you broke bones or in the hospital. You get a settlement. Again, that also comes from the insurance company for the car that struck you.
Now, what sort of things should bicyclists do if they are hit by a car? Because I imagine at that moment, there's hopefully just a bit of shock, maybe not injury, but if it's something more, what should they do? Because if care comes, I mean, they may not be able to take names and to gather information. What should they do?
Do the best they can. It is a tough situation because, let's face it, in a car versus bike scenario, the car always wins, okay, always. So in that situation, you try and get the information about the other driver. If you can get the license plate. With cell phones, you could snap a quick picture. Even if you're down on the ground, let's say the car is driving off. So there are things that people can do, but it is a struggle in that situation.
Do bicyclists, is there some, I advise everybody to wear a helmet, obviously.
Absolutely.
Do they have to wear the helmet? Does that help them in injury cases?
Yeah, children have to wear a helmet. 14-year-olds have to wear a helmet. 12-year-olds have to wear a helmet. Adults, it's still optional in the state of New York, but it's still advisable just because if your head hits the pavement, again, the pavement wins, you lose as a person.
I imagine also that you'd advise folks to get up on the legal rights up to the road of a bicyclist, what their rights are on the road.
There are rules of the road for bicyclists, and essentially a bicycle is supposed to be driven on the road just like a vehicle. You're supposed to drive in the same direction as a car.